All right. So my last podcast episode caused quite a bit of controversy, so much so that I almost got banned off of Instagram. I typically don't go into details about controversy because I'm involved in controversy like every fucking day. But this one is particularly interesting. So most recently, I put out a podcast episode titled "Am I Sexist?" where a lot of people have this I have this reputation of being like this sexist, misogynist person. And a lot of people have debated whether or not that's true. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm a sexist or misogynist. I think I just see people for who they really are. But I am very wary around women as a defense mechanism almost because of the way they've treated me in the past. I went in depth about this in my last podcast episode, went over multiple scenarios where the woman was obviously the aggressor and obviously the one at fault in starting shit, yet pretended to be innocent, and people usually will believe her just because she's a woman. Which, once again, is fucking ridiculous. You think because of someone's gender that determines whether or not they're a good person. That is fucking bullshit. There's no logic in that way of thinking. But I went into detail explaining why I have the mentality that I now have, explaining how my brain got rewired in a sense to view women specifically as completely different. I basically explained that most of the girls that I know have falsely accused me of rape in an effort to shut me up from the podcast and social media, etc. And I personally know guys who have gone to jail for crimes that they didn't commit simply because a woman played victim. I've heard plenty of Me Too stories of guys who have sat in a prison cell for years and only were released after the woman admitted that she lied just to get rid of him. I genuinely thought the exact same shit was about to happen to me, and I was surprised that it didn't. But after all the shit that I've been through, all the problems that I've had, usually caused by a woman, I now view women as a threat, whereas most guys will view girls as just girls, or they get excited when girls talk to them. I don't get excited when girls talk to me. When girls talk to me, I want them to get the fuck away from me. Because I'm already calculating in my head, this could turn into a potential rape case. Because, that's just plain and simple. That is the fact of it. That is how women operate. They are psychopaths who just wake up and just change their mind, make shit up, and they believe everything in their imagination to be reality. My opinions are not sexist. I did not just wake up one day and decide to hate all women. I actually used to love hanging out with women. And because I used to hang out with a lot of women, that's how I realized how stupid they all are. But my opinions are based off of my own personal experiences. I also went on another troll fest on Instagram by calling a bunch of sorority girls Jezebel. Now, if you're a dumbass and you don't know who Jezebel was, she was basically this evil woman in the Bible who was power hungry and she killed a bunch of people. I'm not going to go into the details. But basically, Jezebel is a horrible thing to call a woman. I didn't realize how horrible it was until I started using it, because I typically go for the word cunt, which is pretty bad. But now, see, when I first started putting out this podcast, I've always used the word cunt pretty frequently, and people who know me know that I use that word a lot. But once I put out the podcast, people who didn't know me realized that was a frequent word in my vocabulary. And everyone freaked out, everyone tried to cancel me, everyone said, "You can't say that." And now, everyone's used to it. Now I say the word cunt and no one really gives a shit. It's almost like they've gotten used to me saying it. Now I found my new favorite slur. And that slur is Jezebel. So I went on Instagram. I went to a bunch of different sorority girls' Instagram pages, went to the pages of the actual sorority themselves, and just started commenting Jezebel over and over and over again. Just the name Jezebel. Nothing else. I got blocked. I got reported. Over 30 girls at least blocked me in one day. Entire sorority pages were blocking me. I'm blocked by Kappa Delta, Delta Gamma, 80 Pi, bunch of other sorority girls that, like sororities, like, not the sorority girls individually, they did block me too, but the actual page, the business page that promotes these sororities, they have blocked me for spamming Jezebel up in their comments. So suddenly, I got all these bitches looking at my stories and shit. Hey Adonis, there's always girls paying attention, there's always girls around you. How do you get so many bitches? Well, it's a simple formula, actually. You make them hate your fucking guts. So then this Colombian chick starts commenting shit on my post, saying like, oh, you're a virgin, you're a projector. So I shut her up real quick. I said to her, at least I'm not an ugly, ran-through cunt hoe. How are you gonna be immigrant, ugly, and ran through? I genuinely hope ICE rapes your ass before they deport you. She basically shut up with her little cocky insults after that. I also made a post after that with a screenshot of her profile calling her a rapeable hoe. This is something that people still don't seem to grasp, is there really is no limit to what I will or will not say. Like most people, even when they're pissed off, even when they're in an argument, there's still somewhat a limit to what they will say. I don't have a limit to what I'll say. I'll say whatever the fuck I want to. Even if I'm not mad, like right now, I'm not even pissed off, and I'll just say whatever the fuck comes to mind, just because I feel like it. Oh, you're a virgin, haha. Okay, well, you're rapeable. So this is honestly the most controversial I've gotten in a long time. People that I haven't spoken to or seen in years started texting me. Old friends started reaching out, telling me, you know, you need to cool your jets. You know, like, you're going viral again and for the wrong reasons. And people were even texting me, they're like, dude, like, people are gonna retaliate. You're gonna get attacked. It's gonna come back to bite you in the ass in the future, you know. What if in 10 years your prospective employer pulls up your social media history and he sees that and then you don't get the job? For starters, I'm very used to being attacked left and right for a variety of different reasons. I'm very used to it. I've gotten hate online and things have gotten physical as well, and I've had people try to break into my house, and I've been over the stories a million times. I'm not going to name every single one of them again, but I'm very used to being attacked. It's just another random day for me. So I am not scared of that at all. I am not scared of retaliation at all. I'm very used to that. Now, as far as what I said being too extreme, I'm not taking down any of my content. I'm not apologizing for any of my content. I'm using my freedom of speech, and this is America. One of the primary reasons why America is the greatest country in the world is because we have the freedom of speech. If I wanted to suppress my speech, I'd go move to England or some shit. Well, they'll fucking hang me for half the shit I say. But why would I choose to keep living in America and then not say what I want to say because, oh, what are the people gonna think? Or, oh, what if in 10 years I don't get my dream job? First of all, I don't live my life based off of what ifs. Secondly, I don't work for people who try to suppress our constitutional rights or disagree with the Constitution. Those fuckers are fucking traitors, bro. First of all, I'm pretty fucking serious about this podcasting thing. And I know with the right amount of work and time and dedication, I know I can make this something big. So, if I stay true to my goals and stay focused, there is absolutely no reason why in 10 years I should be working for someone else other than myself. First of all, let's get that straight. Secondly, the whole purpose of a job is the employee does you a favor by working for your business and doing things that you yourself don't have time to do so that you have more time to run your business. An employer's job is to give that employee a paycheck so that that employee can pay his bills, go out for fun, whatever it is you need that money for. An employer's job is not to look into what you do in your personal time and judge you based off of that and make a decision whether to hire you or not based off of that. Now, I understand if you were an ex-con, if you spent the past 20 years in jails for raping a chick, and now you want to get a job, and they look at your record, and they don't want to hire you because you're a fucking sex offender, that's understandable. But if you're choosing to hire someone or not hire someone because of how they state their opinions online, that's bullshit. Now, once again, we live in America. It's a free country. Therefore, employers unfortunately do have the freedom to not hire you based on your online activity. So while it is not an infringement upon our Constitution, I do believe that it's unconstitutional. Because you can't get arrested for most things that people post these days. You know, for obvious reasons, you can't, like, make threats or like, create a bunch of fake accounts to harass people. But for the most part, you can pretty much say and do whatever you want to online and not get into any legal trouble for that matter. However, there is this fictional court of public opinion where people still try to punish you for, oh, well, if you're gonna be that way, then we're not gonna hire you. We're not gonna be your friend. We're gonna try to get your account banned. Which brings me to how I actually did get banned on Instagram temporarily. So basically, these sorority girls. So here's the thing. I called someone a rapeable hoe. I said countless vile, offensive shit over the years, literally all over my page. Like, genuinely look at any of my posts and tell me which posts are not controversial. Every single one of my posts is controversial and or offensive. But you know what ticked off these sorority softies? Jezebel. Calling them Jezebel is what ticked them off. And they all went to my page and mass reported me. And see, here's the thing. When you get mass reported, Instagram will just take your account down and then look into it. So probably 100 or more girls all reported my shit. And so Instagram literally took down my account and I had to submit an appeal. And when I submitted an appeal, Instagram took a deeper look into all my content. And then they put my account back up and told me that I had not done anything wrong and that I was free to keep using Instagram, free to keep my account up. Then they did another investigation. They took down a couple of my posts for featuring nudity. Obviously that didn't happen. I don't post nude pictures. But I guess people couldn't find a valid reason to report me, so they just started saying that I was reported for nudity, because I know nudity is something that Instagram takes rather seriously, even though their platform is mostly a bunch of hoes dressed in basically nothing, wearing as little clothing as legally possible. But I do know that if you say report someone for bullying or harassment, it's not going to be taken care of as quickly as you've reported it for nudity. So I guess a bunch of the girls reported my ass for nudity. And so Instagram took down my post And then I had to submit more appeals, and then they looked at my content and found out that none of it actually contained nudity, and then they had to restore my shit. And all of this happened not because of my views on politics, not because of my controversy, not because of my extreme jokes. No, because I called a bunch of sorority cunts Jezebel. Now, in a recent podcast episode, I did have a discussion with someone about the story of Jezebel, and he told the story of how he was basically operating in the Ahab spirit while his girlfriend at the time was operating in the Jezebel spirit. And it helped me realize how a lot of these girls are operating in the Jezebel spirit, self-centered, power-hungry, think they can do whatever they want to type shit. So that's probably why they got so offended. Because people take offense when you call them out for something that is absolutely true, because the truth hurts. So that's probably what happened, is these girls actually are Jezebels, and that's why they got so pissed that I was calling them Jezebel. But I found my new favorite slur. Stronger than the word cunt. Now I can ride throughout college town, and instead of calling out hoes, I could just be like, Jezebel, Jezebel, Jezebel. Because I do this all the time. I'll be riding down the street, and I'll see some hoe, and I'll just point at her and say hoe, and then keep going about my business. And she'll get all pissy, and she'll throw a little hissy fit. And then she'll forget about it in 5 minutes. But God forbid you call a girl Jezebel. It's a full-on mental breakdown. Now, as far as my most recent podcast episode about sexism and whatnot, and debating whether or not I really am a sexist or whether or not my views are valid, people are upset about that too, calling me sexist or saying that I'm saying horrible things, or like, you're gonna sell out of people and you're gonna get attacked. You need to cut that out. So, nothing that I said in that podcast was untrue. I was basically telling you what has happened through my experience and gave y'all countless scenarios where women come in and cause a bunch of problems. Literally the reason why so you want to talk about me getting attacked and retaliation and people are going to attack you? The reason why I view women the way I do now is because I've been attacked and retaliated against. And they've tried to put me in fucking jail. And they've tried to get me fucking killed. Who did this? A bunch of crybaby, liberal, entitled women who think they run the world. Who think they can do whatever they want to just because they're attractive and they got a pussy. They're so used to guys being simps that they can walk all over like a doormat, that when someone like myself actually has standards and actually isn't willing to put up with their shit, they're surprised. And they think, well, we can get rid of him if we just accuse him of rape or something, and then we can put him behind bars and it's all good. And then that didn't work. Banning me didn't work. None of their attacks are working. Meanwhile, every single one of my attacks is working on them. Imagine, you try to cancel me, you try to put me in jail, you try to get me banned, you try to get me fucking killed. None of it works. I'm still standing here, completely unfazed, still ripping shit. And to break you, all I gotta do is say the name Jezebel, and you have a full-on mental breakdown, thus proving my point that you are all a bunch of pussy weaklings. If a girl made a podcast talking about how she's the victim and men are victimizing her, and I'm really wary around men because men have treated me badly in the past. People applaud her for coming forward. People applaud her for speaking her mind, for making herself heard, even if she's most likely completely lying. She's actually encouraged to speak her mind. She's encouraged to speak her mind. Make more podcast episodes. Yes, stand up for yourself. Make yourself heard. But when I say, yeah, I'm worried around women because they've treated me badly and they whine and they love to play victim, shut up! Shut the fuck up! That's sexist of you. You don't get to say that about women. That's sexist. You're supposed to be the little bitch. You're supposed to be the fucking doormat. Shut up, nigger. You're just mad because you had to cuck out to some hoe just so you could get some kids and live your life the way you wanted to so that you didn't have to get sent to jail. You're just pissed off because I'm over here doing whatever the fuck I want to and not giving a singular fuck while you're having to work a fucking 10-hour shift and then come home to hear your bitching all day about shit that's not even your fault. Like the irony of a hoe can literally come on here and say, yeah, I don't feel safe around men. I try to avoid men because I'm the victim and men like to victimize me. Oh, good for you. You know, clapping hands. Good sticking up for yourself. Hey everyone, my name is Adonis, and you know, I don't like to be around women because they're a bit annoying and they like to play victim and shut the fuck up! Female oppressor, sexist, misogynist cunt. You need to shut the fuck up. You can't say that about women. How dare you? I mean, this is how Maddie Kowalski got famous. No, Maddie was actually very convincing for a while. She had me convinced. Now, it's obvious, you can see it in her face that she's definitely been through something. Either that or she's just a psychotic hoe. But I've been seeing all these videos. This girl who was allegedly gang raped and abused and then had this rape video of her posted all over the internet. She's with a different guy like every week. She's holding guys with complete faggots, doing collabs with mental hoes like Meadow Eads. She doesn't seem scared of men at all. She's dressing in a provocative manner. She's going to clubs. She's going to Gasparilla. She's going to all these events where predatory men often go to prey on women. And you're trying to convince me that this bitch was fucking gang raped? Yeah, I don't buy that. Like, mind you, literally the only reason why Maddie Kowalski has even the slightest amount of fame is because she played victim. Look up Maddie Kowalski right now. You can find countless videos of her hanging around faggots. Literally these guys who prey on women and make their whole personality about getting girls and saying the most outlandish shit to girls and fucking girls. She's hanging out with these guys while crying rape in every fucking video. Don't be surprised if a few months she starts crying on camera again and starts crying rape again. You know what really set me off? Like, when I saw her telling her story, I believe that she may have been telling the truth. There was still some doubt in my mind. But I believe that she may have actually been telling the truth. Because women are really good at acting. You know what really set me off is when she started posting videos of herself crying. No logical person starts crying and then goes, hang on, let me, where's my phone? Let me get the camera ready and start filming myself crying my eyes out. Like, anytime I see a video of anyone recording themselves crying, okay, yeah, that is definitive proof that you are playing victim just because you want attention. And that is exactly what Maddie Kowalski is doing. A girl who is actually raped would be way too traumatized to be dressing in a provocative manner and then going to clubs or events like Gasparilla where there are predatory men looking for sluts to rape. They wouldn't be collabing with hoes like Meadow Eads where her entire personality is. Bro, Meadow Eads literally just had a whole story. Like, Meadow Eads likes to argue like, oh, I'm not a dumb hoe, I'm not a dumb hoe. Apparently, she went into Miami and almost ended up in a human sex trafficking ring because she was trying to get on some stranger's yacht. And she was like, oh, my friends probably all think I'm dumb now. Yeah, because you are dumb. You can see it in your face. That girl is the walking definition of a fucking lobotomy. No brain there whatsoever, just a fucking hoe. Oh, I'm not a whore. I just like to show off my body. You're a whore. Fucking admit it. You're a fucking whore. To summarize everything, so there's a lot of controversy because I'm calling girls Jezebel. And because I made a podcast explaining how I'm not sexist, apparently explaining how I'm not sexist and I have these views based off of my own experiences, apparently that makes you sexist. Once again, a woman can come on here and make up a story and play victim and all men are trash, all men are garbage, all men are dogs, I hate men. Good for you, girl. Go start your OnlyFans. Go be a hoe while complaining that men only want you because you're a hoe. Good for you. And then I come on here. Hey, so this is my opinion on women in general, just based off of my life experience. Shut the fuck up, Adonis. You're a misogynist cunt. Okay, Jezebel. So here's my final message for you cunts. I am doubling down on everything. I am doubling down on the sexism. I am doubling down on the controversy. I am going to keep on going until they ban me off of every platform known to man. I ain't sorry for jack shit. This is a free country and we live in America. If a girl doesn't want me because, oh, I don't agree with your views, well, that girl doesn't deserve me anyway. If someone doesn't want to be my friend because, oh, I don't agree with what you're saying, well, you don't deserve to be my friend anyway. If someone doesn't want me working for them because of my social media activity, you are a traitor of this country, sir, and I refuse to work with or for anyone who does not support the Constitution and support this country for the beauty that it is. So you can kiss my black ass and you can suck my long dick and balls. Eat a fucking dick, nigger. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm over here exercising my beautiful First Amendment, my beautiful freedom of speech. This is America. This is a free country. You know who I am. You know where I stand. You know that I am likely to say things that will piss people off. So, instead of making the conscious decision to listen to a podcast that you know will offend you and then get offended anyway, you can either grow a pair of fucking balls and accept the fact that it is just a podcast and these are just opinions and these are just words. Or if you really want to be a pussy, you can just not listen to it. Just don't listen to it. It is literally that simple. Put up or shut up, bitch. Anyway, that's all for today. This is the Adonis Podcast.